Apple WWDC 2023 has completely ended, and kind of see there were a lot of things that was crazy. The biggest part of this complete WWDC 23 was basically that Vision Pro headset. And at a first glance, there were a lot of patterns and stuff which were coming around. Apple took their first leap in 2018 from the iPhone 8 Plus, which introduction to the AR and augmented reality world, and a lot of stuff on the top of it. I want to talk about this ski glasses, which has been announced by the Apple at a price over 3,500. What are the expectations, and what is this bright side of the Apple? And is the new one more thing basically a one more thing for everyone? On top of those, this is captaindrs. You're watching krsndrs, and let's get started. Expectations basically when the patterns and stuff were basically piled up, and the 5,000 patterns were basically planned and basically patented for this the complete MR, or you can say this augmented reality headset. You can't tell it because they have that completely different name, and these are their own way of telling. And this guy is completely kind of different than what augmented reality and VR headsets are out there. This guy is looking a lot simpler, and in the past when the vendors and stuff were going around, it is kindly slightly bulkier on the way of this guy, but they were looking a lot flexible. In the part we have 3 to 4 vendors, where one was having the Apple logo, another 3 were looking a lot simpler and tingler. At a first glance, we were also able to excite ourselves when the first pattern for this mixed reality, or you can say this mixed world, was been so patented under this complete stuff. And by the time around 2 to 3 years, the patents and stuff were been so funny, and that's why the Apple was kindly not switching towards a lot of stuff from the Apple iPhones, or you can say this Apple Macs, iPads and stuff around and around. They want to give it a simpler flow and moving around, and they were giving a more focus to this Vision Pro reality headsets. Basically, this guy was giving a lot of hints about what is going to be happening, but not a lot of leaks and stuff were coming around for this guy, as if the processors and displays and stuff were just released around you can say this March, April. Even only around that, only the display size, which was even completely going on from 2 to 3 inches, but it was later on coming around from 1.75 inches. But as for me, that is not confirmed yet, because the actual size and diameters might be varying upon and downs. And so the expectations about the operating system do come in from the viewing positions. It was expected that a lot of gaming and stuff might be enhancing to the Apple world and taking it to the next level, but no, the gaming and stuff was, I will be talking about that in a bit, but it is having its own way of talking, and a lot of things that needs a lot of attention, and that's why this guy is there, which is going to be coming by the next year. As of now, it is said that it hasn't gone into the production, but by the time around 1 or 2 months later, when Apple iPhone leaks will be there into hands, then this guy will be there under the production, which is my expectation. Apple introduced this guy, and it is only available for the US region, which is again not expected for a lot of things, which I believe in. So yeah, those are some of the expectations, and some of the things which were coming around. Right, coming towards the Pro reality, basically, this Vision Pro reality headset is having a lot of good stuff around it. Firstly, this guy is having its own silicon, which is this Apple own silicon, basically. The R1 processor is there on this guy, and also it is having the M2 processor for a lot of consuming and stuff. The R1 processor will be giving a more importance to your vision and stuff, which you look around and feel around, which is again a really nice thing. The hand gestures, there isn't any controller. Likewise, the Sony was having its own controller. The Meta is having its own controller, as if the all other brands who are into this competition are having their own controllers, but this guy isn't having any controllers. They're complete hand gestures, which is kind of really futuristic. However, I might say that there will be a band around your hand, which they didn't introduce on this guy, but as of on my perspective, it might be having a hand around itself. so you can, if you move around your hand, you will be able to feel those textures out, which is again, kind of a really important thing. Moving along the side of this completed design, the lenses are basically from the brand known as Zeiss. Zeiss is having a partnership with the Vivo for their glass lenses, and other lot of brands are there. Even Nokia is there, who brings the Zeiss on board for their cameras, camera lenses, and they have partnered with them, which is again a nice thing. Zeiss is also known for making the glasses. They know how to make the glasses, and glasses is good, so that is the Zeiss. There are basically 12 camera sensors on the rear side, which is able to capture your view, motion, videos too, which is a nice thing. And this complete front gear can be shifted around whenever you wanted to talk to a people, and if a people is moving around with you, then also you can do it, which is again a really nice thing and looking really really good. However, this guy is having a kindly really unusual drawback, where you have to carry a battery pack in your pocket and move around, which might be sound really unfamiliar, but as of my expectation, that thing was inside my hand to not make it more bulkier. That was going to be happen on the first base, and also on the top of it, this complete design is really comfortable. In the first lens of the view, I'm talking, I hadn't tested it because that is the vents and stuff, which after a lot of session that might be getting overheated or something like that. So I hadn't tested the software and the hardware experience. Apple is known for that, and they have crunched those in between of a really good combination. They have this very own OS on the top of it, which is having its own optimization. A new type of security has been added on this guy. This is optic ID, and nice. As for me, it's nice. Which it will scan your iris and able to capture your something like your face ID and stuff. One of the concerns with the privacy and stuff like that, this guy is going to be having. It is going to be around when you wanted to travel around and move around. Then it might be like you are taking food or something. Then it might be something, it might be getting vice versa, and a lot of optimization will be there into the future, and a lot of small things which I believe that the second generation of this operating system will be announcing, will be adopting a lot. And in WWDC, they didn't mention a lot of things such as the cellulars and stuff for this guy, but as of now, you have to log into your actual Apple ID, existing Apple ID, and you might be able to connect it with all your other phones which you have laying around, and you might be able to receive those calls out on this guy as of now, as per my thinking. And it is going to be releasing next year, or you can say this Q1 2024. So by the time, there might be some ups and downs going around, and under the production we might be able to see a lot of things which might be expecting for this guy. Talking about the actual things which I personally think that they needed to be optimize it really well. However, some of the things such as they try to convey us that they will be able to give the developers their hands and stuff on the top of it, but as of now they didn't prove a lot of things on the event. If you are watching the TV, it's a 85 inch of big screen, which I believe that in the $3,500 you can easily go ahead and buy that guy. Even in some of the things such as playing games and stuff, which are basic routines of where this augmented reality or this glasses will be able to have on hands, due to in competition with the Sony's PlayStation VR headset. Sony PlayStation VR headset is basically having a really streamlined control out there, and it is having its own way of talking. Also, there are sensors and stuff basically laying around on your hand with their controllers. So whenever you play games with those Sony's headset, you can feel the stuff whenever you take it. And playing the games on that guy is completely like you have to get yourself immersed into the gameplay experience. No matter what it is, you have to get into it. There are a lot of big games out there. There are Horizon, which is really known for its virtual graphics and stuff out there, and that is a completely streamlined based virtual reality headset where you can feel each and everything what you do around. I believe that in future games like Gods of War, Call of Duty, the Call of Duty series basically, when it will be able to get on this virtual reality, or you can say this headsets, that might be a really good way of talking. So yeah, it is looking a lot good, but Apple needs to get optimized over this guy. The another thing which I talked about is the battery pack, which personally speaking I don't like to carry around, and it is only offer 2 hours of battery life, and that aluminum casing is kind of definitely going to be getting heat up. So this guy, I don't know the heating perspective issues and stuff out there, because it hasn't got into any under big testing and stuff out there. But yeah, battery is battery, it get heated really easily on your hardware garage. So yeah, that might be same for this guy, and hopefully this guy won't be having any battery health issues as of the other Apple products are there. But it's good that Apple is implementing. Another thing, this guy should basically have a completely different look, because this glasses are looking a lot like a ski headset, and also on another side these guys are looking a lot bulkier, and too as of there isn't any big weightage on the back end side, and it's completely cloth material or something like that. Apple has its own name also, yeah, so don't judge me on that name. Also, this guy isn't having any Apple logo, so that might be a big question to talk about, because there are many clones out there who, definitely copies around the complete Apple lookalike stuff and Apple lookalike devices such as iPhones, iPad, and stuff. Definitely not the complete experience, but what I'm talking, you can definitely check those out in the your another mindset basically. Yeah, I'm yeah, don't judge me on that, but it's okay. Anyways, what do you think about the things needed on this guy? And I believe that the operating system, as of if you have watched the complete Vision Pro announcement, then by the time it was announcing, there are very minor things where definitely you can see that this need to be optimized, this needs to be worked on, and everything like that. So yeah, it's have its own way of talking too. Now the production hasn't started off the sky, but by the time in the future the production will be going under the head, we might be able to get some of the small leaks and tweaks of this guy. And over the time, this guy needs a lot of things to be getting a lot into real, because whenever you want this guy to wear upon your head, wear upon your eyes, it needs to be getting into a more real world. So that's a basic thing why we are wearing on this eyes. And what do you think about this? Many brands will be also approaching now into this augmented reality, VR reality, MR mixed reality, whatever you want to call it, with their own perspective name, as if this is a new start of the industry. There are basically 3 brands as per me who was doing this guy. There is the Meta who came up with the Oculus. There is Sony who was doing with the PlayStation VR headset, and there was HTC. They are well settled brands into this stuff. So if you want to try it out, Sony is best for the gaming. I haven't tested Meta and the HTC, but definitely they have their own way of talking though. What do you think about this complete mixed reality headset? The $3,400 ski glasses looking like a headset, Vision Pro basically. Apple is going to be launching it by the Q1 2024 only in USA. But as for me, the another announcement might be like that. The Apple iPhone announcement might be revealing some of the things about this guy, as if it will be connecting us lot similarities to this mixed Vision Pro reality headset. What do you think about this guy? Let us know in the comment section down below. This was captaindrs. You were watching krsndrs. I'll catch you in the next video. Like, share, subscribe. Appreciating our work. Stay safe, stay connected. Peace out.